Hi guys, it's Sheila Shimmers. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review and wear test. I'm actually going to be wearing this all day today. It is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer and just a brand new concealer that they just came out, I think about a week ago, not even. So I have them both right here. First of all, I really want to say that I love the soft like coral packaging. It is so nice. I feel like Colourpop always has the cutest packaging. I don't know how they do it since they come out with so many products so often, but they always have like the cutest little things. It just makes me want it. So as you can see, I already have my eyes done, so I'm just going to talk about the products that I picked up. The first one is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer. This one comes in this little nice box right here. As you can see, I picked up the shade medium 9W, and honestly I just kind of looked on the website the colors that they showed, but this is how the packaging looks like right there. It does say Pretty Fresh, and then it says moisturizing hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer, which is supposed to be something really hydrating. So as soon as I saw that, I thought it was going to be something really nice for dry skin, which is what I have. And then you have your shade right there on the top. On this side, you have this kind of really cool muted but see-through cap, and then you have your little pump as well. So I feel like it's really sleek, really nice packaging. Love that they kept kind of like the same coral type of thing. The packaging is really soft. And now let's move on to reading what it says on the website about the tinted moisturizer. So this does come in 24 shades that have different undertones as warm, neutral, I think olive, not really sure, but you can kind of see on the swatches. So I'm going to try to insert some pictures from the website over here, and you can kind of do your comparisons. But I think I picked one up that was a kind of a like on the start to the light to medium, and it retails for $14. Right now, Colourpop is having a sale for 20% off, so you can pick this up for $11.20, which I think is really nice. So it says, show more skin. This hydrated tinted moisturizer has skin perfecting, lightweight coverage for fresh, healthy looking skin. But then it says, use Pretty Fresh blending sponge for light coverage, flat kabuki for medium coverage, or fingertips for on-the-go application. Lightly dab and blend into the skin. For a matte look, set it with no filter loose setting powder, and for a dewy look, which is what I want, use with Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Setting Mist. I don't have the setting mist either, but I do have the concealer. So what I'll be doing is applying the tinted moisturizer first. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump a little bit of this, and right off the bat, this looks a little warm, but let's just swatch it on the face. Actually, I think it's a pretty good match. So I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to be doing a sponge on this side. And then since I have a little bit more like acne going on this side, I feel like I'm just going to go with flat kabuki for a little bit more coverage. So I think that's okay right there. So let's start with a sponge. I'm going to be using my Hailey's Beauty sponge. It's been my favorite for a little while now. And let's start blending this out. You can see right off the bat that it does have like a very glowy consistency. Like it just looks really nice. When you blend it out, it actually looks lighter than the swatches that I did on my hand. I don't know what it is, but it just looks really, really light. Maybe it's lying in front of me. This is supposed to be a warm undertone, and I feel like it's a little bit more neutral than warm. But nonetheless, I feel like it's a good match from what I can tell right here on this lighting. But I feel like it looks really, really nice. You just blend it really easily. I didn't wet my sponge, by the way, so this is just how it looks. I feel like the skin has a little bit of glow to it. Obviously, it is a very light coverage, like they said, but I feel like I can definitely build that up a little bit more. So now I'm just going to finish off what I have right here, and I'm just going to put it on these areas right here where I have a little bit more blemishes to cover, and I'm just going to blend this in. Overall, I think I put about 2 pumps on this side, and I don't feel like I have much coverage, but it does look really, really nice and like very natural looking, so I do appreciate that. So let's go ahead onto the kabuki side. On this side, you can see right there that my skin is kind of like purging lately. I don't really know what product I'm using that is making it have this effect on me, but it's really, really annoying. Just gotta say that. So I'm just gonna do 1 pump, see where that gets me. I did forget to say how much product comes in here. It comes with 1.45 fluid ounces. So it's a little bit more product than you would get on a foundation. I do assume that they do that because people would use a little bit more of this since it has a little bit less coverage. But I think a tinted moisturizer is a really nice like option for people that don't really like wearing a lot of makeup or heavy makeup during the day. It just makes your skin like feel a lot like more fresh and like, I don't know, more breathable. So obviously the Kabuki side was a little bit easier to blend, and I feel like with just one pump it definitely got me to the same coverage as this side. I don't know why I'm looking so ghostly on the camera, because in person this looks exactly like my skin color. It just looks a little bit more like pinkish though, so I don't understand. Okay, so for a normal day, I would probably leave it right there. But since I have this stuff going on right here, I feel like I want to cover it up just a tiny bit more. So I'm going to go with one pump on each side, and then we'll see where we're at. So I just applied half of this pump on this side with the sponge, and I feel like my skin is just starting to feel a little bit heavy. So I do want to keep going on this side. I do want to show you guys. I'm going to zoom in. Oops. Okay. I do want to show you how it's looking right there, because I didn't really apply a primer or anything underneath. So I feel like if you are going to go with this, I would recommend going with a primer, something a little bit hydrating. It's starting to crack a little bit right there, but I can definitely fix that by just kind of setting it right there. I haven't applied any powder. Obviously, I'm still on the application part of it, but I do see all of my texture peeking through, like all of it right here. Just any imperfection that I have on my skin, I see it. So now I'm going to go with the brush, and I'm going to start on this side. So even though you can build it up, I wouldn't recommend going with a lot of product over top, because it just makes it a little bit like heavier. So any extra coverage that I want, I probably get it from the concealer instead. However, I do have to mention that that finish I'm not seeing on the brush side. So I feel like I definitely love the brush side a little bit more than the sponge, just because the sponge has a lot of texture. I don't know if you guys can see right there. I'm like the most zoomed in that you can get on my camera, so I really hope you guys are, you know, seeing how it actually looks. And I feel like I'm going to stop right there. Overall, I feel like it looks really nice. I am happy where it got me. I feel like I just use it as a foundation because it is not meant to have this much coverage. But it is something really, really easy to apply. It honestly took me 2 seconds, especially with the brush. So I do appreciate that. My skin looks very glowy. I think I would like to go and set this, especially on these areas right here, just because I feel like on this area it's going to move a little bit. So I'm just going to put some concealer and see how it looks like, and then go ahead and set it. So I do want to say that I watched a lot of wear tests and reviews on this tinted moisturizer, and a lot of people with dry skin didn't really enjoy this. They said that it kind of like moved around the day. But I just want to be and give it a fair try, because I did want to try it for myself. I didn't end up buying it until they came out with the concealer, just because the concealer just caught my attention right away. A lot of people were saying that it's full coverage, so I wanted to try it for myself. So I went ahead on the website and picked this one up. This is their Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. So here's the Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. It comes in 30 shades. I believe I picked up the shade Light 45 Warm, which I think is right in the middle. It comes in this really pretty plastic packaging. It has the coral top as well. Both things are plastic. Here's how the applicator looks like. I feel like it looks really, really neutral. I didn't expect this to be as yellowy. The lighting in my room is kind of weird sometimes, so I don't really know until I put it on my actual face. It says it's a creamy, lightweight concealer with full coverage and a fresh, natural finish that lasts all day. Super blendable and loaded with skin-loving hyaluronic acid and coconut water. Oil-free, dermatology tested, and ideal for all skin types. So it says pair with the fresh hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer for the freshest finish, which you already did. And to write it under your eyes, prep with face ice cream and choose 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin. I believe that's what I did. To conceal blemishes for an uneven tone, choose a shade that closely matches your skin. Blend with a precision blending sponge, brush, or fingertips, whatever you prefer. Set with no filter setting powder or no filter finish pressing powder. So it does have 5 stars out of 5 stars. So I think it's really, really nice. They do come with cool tone, neutral, and warm undertones. So it does retail for $9 and you get 6.50 grams of product. I do really like that they put the directions right here. Honestly, sometimes I have to like Google everything to know how they want you to apply it. But it's just nice that it's right there on the packaging. Really, really like that. So let's go ahead and apply this. I am going to be using my sponge for both sides. I think the color is actually really nice. Sometimes I like using something very like neutral just because when I use something warm, it is the best to match my shoulders, but everything else just looks like, I don't know, like it doesn't belong. So I like bringing back like the neutral on my skin with the concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and start blending this in. I just went really, really light. Honestly, I would probably build this up to a little bit more full coverage, but since they said that they had a lot of coverage, I just wanted to see where it got me, and I feel like that looks really, really nice. Really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out right here, and then we're going to try to build it up a little bit. By the way, guys, an update on the Tinted Moisturizer. It is looking and feeling like it's set to my skin. Like I actually don't really feel like I need to set it anymore. That process took about 10 to 15 minutes, I feel like, where it just felt like I needed to set it for some reason. So that concealer actually feels really nice under your skin. When you have dry skin, you can feel when something is like grabbing onto your skin and like, I don't know how to explain it, but like this one doesn't feel like that at all. It doesn't feel as creamy as they said. I feel like this one has the consistency really really close to the Flower Beauty one, which is one that I really, really enjoy. But the Flower Beauty one, I feel like looks a little bit more ashy when you apply it. This one doesn't, like, it just blends out a lot nicer. So I feel like I really like it. Alright, now I went a little bit more heavy. And we're going for that full coverage. I'm really happy with the shade that I chose as well. It looks a little bit light right now, but once I set it, I feel like it's just going to look super nice. I saw the video Juicy Jazz did on this, and she actually used it as a foundation. So her and I have the same skin tone, so if I want to do that, I would probably go with the 90 Warm, which is the one she used. I like couldn't wait to get my package, so I kept watching like people's videos on it. Alright, so there's the concealer. I'm going to let you guys see how it's looking. I feel like that Tinted Moisturizer and the concealer covered up really well all these things. Obviously, you can still see them because they are there, but I feel like you can't really see the redness anymore, and that's something that I really, really like. My face is like looking a little bit heavy right now, especially under my eyes, but it doesn't feel heavy, which is nice. I do also feel like both things have a really, really nice glow to them, so I really, really just enjoy how everything is looking together. Let's go ahead and set this. I'm going to be using the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder. This one is just a translucent one, and honestly, guys, I have to say I don't really enjoy this powder. Half of the time, I forget I have it until I read something that tells me to use it, which is what happened today. So I'm just going to start setting this and see how it looks like. Maybe I like it with this combo because obviously it's probably meant to be used together, and actually that doesn't look half bad. What I don't like about it is that it does leave a cast, and I just don't really enjoy it. So I feel like maybe I should look back on the website and see if they have other ones that have like a little bit darker shade instead of the translucent, because this one's really, really light and it does leave a little bit of a cast. So I set under my eyes, and now I want to apply just a tiny little bit on my forehead, just right here, just because I feel like that is looking a little bit heavy. And that is it. That is all that I'll be setting today. I feel like it looks nice. Kind of take a little bit of this off. If you do touch your skin at all, if you like rub or anything, it's gonna look like faded right away. So just be aware of that. That is something that I just found out when I was trying to like clean up this brow. It feels really good. Even the powder that I don't really enjoy, I feel like just melted into my skin with this two products together. So I do really like it. So now I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back to let you guys know how everything is looking. Alright guys, we are back. Everything is on, and I have a lot of things to say. I don't really know how I feel about it yet. I do want to start with the good stuff though. I feel like the concealer is very, very good. I did apply a good amount, and it's still holding up really well. I don't have any creasing as of yet. Obviously, I just applied this. I forgot to mention what time it is. Right now it is 9:25. I did start applying all of this about I think 8:30, so it's been an hour that I've been filming. I did take my time like afterwards, just like drinking my coffee or whatever, but I feel like it just looks really, really nice. Coverage of it is really nice. I feel like the undertones are true to color. I love the fact that they came out with 30 shades. I feel like that is great. The packaging is really, really nice. It is also very small and sleek, and I just really like it. It does bring quite a lot of product, and it is really, really inexpensive. So honestly, so far, I don't have really anything to say. Obviously, at the end of the day, we'll see how everything looks. But with the foundation or a tinted moisturizer, I do have a lot of things to say. First of all, I feel like, I don't know about the skin match, because on my neck, it just looks so pink compared to my kind of warm undertone, but it just doesn't look like a warm undertone at all. And I don't know, I don't really know how I feel about the shade. I feel like I would love to go a little bit darker, but I didn't apply any primer, and that is the only thing that I would change next time. I don't really feel like I hate the whole combo together. I feel like it looks really nice, but just my skin is looking so dry on this area right here, and you can see that it kind of like rubbed off on this area right here. It also looked a little bit textury, and it just feels like, I don't know, I can feel and see my texture. So the whole texture situation that was happening on this side kind of like calmed down, and it all looks really even and nice. So this part of my face looks really nice. I feel like just this part right here is just bothering me a little bit, but obviously we're just gonna see how it wears. I'm gonna let you guys know and take you with me throughout the whole day. I guess, so it is 12:07 right now. It's a little bit under 4 hours since I've been wearing this tinted moisturizer and concealer. So I'm going to start with the tinted moisturizer and just let you guys know what I feel like it's happening on my face. So right at the bat, you guys can see that I can see all of my texture on my skin. Right here is just looking a little bit weird. I mentioned that before, but around my nose, it's just looking very, very dry and kind of like cracking. Everywhere else, I just see like a lot more texture than I would notice with any other of my foundations. With BB creams, I don't expect it to have really like full coverage, so I feel like in that sense this tinted moisturizer did surprise me. Again, I did apply quite a lot of it, so I mean, I don't know, I built it up almost to a foundation, but still, I feel like it has really, really nice coverage. I don't really hate how the tinted moisturizer is looking, but I just feel like I should have hydrated my skin a lot better. I just went in kind of thinking that it was going to be a little bit more hydrating than this. I don't think oily people will have the problem that I'm having with just like how the skin is looking so dry. So maybe this is something geared towards maybe normal skin, oily skin combination, but just for people with dry skin, I would recommend just going in with a primer. But it's looking really nice. I feel like if I just fix that one little problem, I would probably end up liking this. But with the Colourpop concealer, I actually really, really enjoy this. I feel like I apply a lot of it, not gonna lie. If I were to wear a little bit less than this, I would definitely have to color correct under my eyes for it to look very full coverage, but I do really enjoy this. I feel like the color of it is really nice. I do want to get something a little bit darker for those days where I'm not wearing foundation and I just want to cover up here and there. So I want to get something a little bit closer to my skin tone, which I think is going to be 90 warm. Okay, so it is the end of the day. I've had this on for 8 hours. I'm going to go ahead and finish this video right here just because I feel like I just want to take this off. I also want to film another video, so I purposely woke up really early to be able to do this all day. But I do want to tell you guys that I don't actually hate how everything is looking. The concealer is something that I really, really love. I had some like splashes of makeup on my eyes because I was cleaning my my makeup brushes, and sometimes like the water splashes back, and I feel like it kind of like dropped right here. So I don't know if you guys are seeing something weird right there, but it's not the concealer. I had a little bit of creasing, which is normal after 8 hours. I mean, if you do have creases, things are just gonna crease. That is just the reality of it. For my dry skin people, I encourage you guys to really, really moisturize your face and prep your skin for this moisturizer. I do believe that it kind of defeats the purpose. When you're going for something like a tinted moisturizer, it's supposed to like make your skin a little bit more hydrated, a little bit more glowy, and it just feel like this one, there's so many areas of my skin where it feels so dry, but that is my fault for not applying the primer. I usually go with my Mario Badescu facial spray, and I feel like that does the world difference. But if you're not going to do that, this is going to show your dryness a lot, especially on days like this, like today, where my skin is just having a dry episode. But nonetheless, I think it's really nice. I will continue to use it. I will just prep my skin a little bit better to wear it. When I'm doing a first impression, I don't like going with all this extra steps, just because I know you guys want to see how the product performs on its own. And if I do add things here and there, it's just not going to be an honest review, and you guys probably don't even have the other things that I'm using. So that is the reason why I do it like this. I think I can definitely enhance this tinted moisturizer and make it look better for my skin, but that is something that it's personal, and each and every one of us has the things that we like to combine and use to make our skin just look and feel better. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I do feel like it has a nice glow. I don't find it the most hydrating tinted moisturizer ever, and I would have liked if they included a little bit of a, you know, sunscreen in here, but those are my opinions, and I feel like it just works really well. Concealer was really nice. It was definitely full coverage. I really like how it looks underneath the eyes. It just, like I said, creased a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I feel like it just held up really nicely, and after 8 hours, I have to say I'm impressed. I will be purchasing a second one of these probably on this 20% sale. If you are looking for something really full coverage, I would recommend going for this one. Consistency kind of reminds me of the Flower Beauty concealer and maybe the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. That is like how I'm picturing in my head. But I think it was really nice. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. As always, please don't forget to subscribe below, like this video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye guys!